So this is a fun time. I mean, we've got our if anybody has seen any of the videos, our offices here in Kansas City, Missouri, we've got developers here. They're not like web developers. They're like real engineers that work on this really big application and are constantly turning out new items and really cool things. And we've got a huge roadmap of development. In fact, it's been an exciting time the last few weeks for me as I've been in meetings with our CTO and our COO, laying out more of that roadmap and what are our future things we're going to do with coupons and future things we're going to do with messaging and what does our release schedule look like. And we've actually got two more really great releases just in the next, I would estimate another 30 days. I've got two more big ones coming up for you guys. So I would say at the minimum mid-January. And I'm not going to tell you what those are right now, but they're really, really good ones. Potentially even bigger than what we've got right here. But these things will all help you. PayPal Pro is a release that will help you if you do not currently have a good merchant services provider, you don't have an authorized.net integration, but you want to use our integrated billing system and our other new release, which is hosted sign-up pages, where you can put buttons on your website and get people to enroll right from your website or enroll right from your phone, which I'll talk about here in a little while, and the ability to be able to sell actual native apps. With an easy PhoneGap integration, you can sign up for a PhoneGap account. You can now publish your app. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to walk you through all that right now. If anybody would like to tweet, you can tweet AvidMobile. There you go. Some people still can hear, right? I mean, it's not just a few people. I'm just double checking. Some people can hear me okay, right? As long as, all right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just making sure. All right, let's talk about building some native apps for a second. So inside the application, when you log in and you go to your mobile website and app builder, what you'll find is a new button that is present to build your native app. And I'm going to show it to you right now. So let's jump into the actual application. Yes? Oh, is it paused? I've been moving, but there you go. Thank you. There you guys go. So I'm going to jump into the actual application here. Yeah, I've been moving around. I've been doing stuff on my screen and nobody apparently could see it because I paused my screen. So how great was that? Anyway, that's some of the stuff we're talking about. You can tweet us. Inside the mobile website and app builder, when you guys log in and go there, you'll find a new button over here on the side that says Build Your Native App. Once you're there, you can then go to and click it, and then if you've got a PhoneGap account, you can build a native app and actually deploy it in the App Store or on Google Play on the Play Store. So here I'm going to go in and show it to you real fast. So if I go down and click on one of my mobile websites that I built, and here's one, and then let's say I went to a client and I said, hey, Mr. Wingstop owner, I can make this a native app for you, where people can actually find it on iTunes and Google Play. I would go over and I would charge him some extra money to do so because there's some work involved because you got to create an account and everything else. But being able to deploy it is incredibly easy. So you would go over here and build your native app, and you could create a PhoneGap account, and then you could actually deploy it. And then people can find it on iTunes. They can search for it on iTunes, and they can find it on the Google Play Store. And it's pretty cool that you can actually build native apps. And maybe those are native apps for yourself, for your own business, so that people can look your app up and see that you're have the ability to do so, and that provides you some credibility. Maybe it's that you need to do it for a few businesses. And you do it just as a moderate upsell, an extra $150, and I can put this in the app stores for you, because those business owners, get a level of excitement of being able to send people to that store. And if they'll pay you for it, and they'll pay you to have their app out there, then more power to you. That just gives you one more thing that you can upsell. We definitely know in today's world, they've done study after study on it, that anything that you can provide after a close, anything that you can sit there and say, okay, you're signing up for this program at $99 a month, and includes 1,500 messages, and I've got a $200 one-time setup fee, and they're saying, okay, let's do it. Anything that you can do above and beyond that, at that point, once they're saying, let's do it, you've got over 25% of your people that will buy ancillary services if you put it in front of them. And one of those things might be the ability to be able to build your native app. This one you can build in a test mode. If you click here, you can export the files to be able to and download it, where you can put a native app on your Android phone, and it only works on testing, only works on Androids. So, all right, let's go back, and that's it for building the native apps. So you can take any of your apps and do it. We've got additional native app functionality that would be coming out in the future. A few things to keep in mind: that anytime that you publish a native app to the stores, and then you go in to the CMS system and you modify the app and you change a menu item or you update some colors or whatever, you have to go and republish that app and run an update. And then anybody that has downloaded it to their phone, they would actually have to run the update to be able to get the new information. So just because you update it inside the content management system, just because you update it on the mobile website, doesn't mean it updates in those apps that have been downloaded from the store, or it's not updated in the store. You actually have to run an update in the store itself. So that's how that one works. Okay, let's talk about PayPal Pro. Well, for some of you, currently inside of our integrated billing system, where you can charge your clients right from our application, which was released earlier this year, we only support a few different gateways. Now we're working on additional gateways, but for a lot of people, they don't have like a real merchant account for their business. And PayPal Pro is a very easy way to have a real merchant account and to be able to utilize our platform, and including our new hosted sign-up pages, which you guys will absolutely love. And you can sign up for them, and it's $30 a month plus all of this stuff. And you can just go to PayPal Pro and look it up and read all the details about what they actually provide. But how does the integration work on our side? Well, it couldn't be a whole lot easier. I mean, if you go, and I'm going to log into somebody else's account here real quick. So if you go to, once you're logged into your account, and you go over here to your integrated billing, and if you don't have a payment gateway set up, then it will say select your payment gateway. Authorize.net, PayPal, or PayPal Pro. Now, if you haven't authorized.net, it's really easy. You just put in your login key, your login ID, and your transaction code, and you can set it up and decide what you want to pick. If you have PayPal Pro, it's just simply you put in your username, your PayPal Pro password, and then you select which credit cards that you want to accept, and you update the payment gateway. Then from there, you can literally go in, and every single client that you set up underneath you, you can charge them right from the application simply by clicking on the button, hitting charge the credit card, or going in and viewing their statements, and if they've got a credit card on file, which none of these people do, if they've paid with a credit card with you, then you can go in and charge their account each month right to their credit card when their payment is due. So it's really, really awesome. In terms of how easy it is to set up, incredibly easy. In terms of how fast you can have a PayPal Pro account, you can have it in absolutely no time. But this is a way for us to open up the ability for people to be able to use our integrated billing system and our brand new release of our hosted sign-up pages, which will probably be the most exciting thing, and I'm getting to it here in just a minute. When people have been asking for this since probably the day that we entered into the space of allowing people to resell our application. And that is, they're like, how can I just sign people up right from my website? And that's a great concept. And I've told people many, many times, yeah, it's great to be able to sign somebody up from your website. But the ability to drive traffic to a website and then get people to actually convert and pay money from a website is a very difficult proposition. Because not only is it expensive to drive traffic to a site, but this is not the type of business that people are just going and finding somewhere and then signing up online without actually talking to salespeople. This is the type of a product that really needs to be explained because there's so many variations to it. and there's so many differences, and people don't really understand how they're going to utilize it or why they should even pay for it. And at the very end of today's meeting, I'm going to be focused on telling you guys and explaining to you guys one of my tips and tricks on how to close more business, and why are some people not having the success that they think they should be having in terms of closing percentage and things like that. So I'm going to be talking about that at the end. So, but what other uses are there for this type of a feature, and how do you build it and all that stuff? And so let's talk about it, because it's really, really cool. So you just follow a few easy steps. First, you go and you create your hosted sign-up pages in the application. Let's jump in and take a quick peek at that real fast. So when you're in the application itself, you go in and go to your hosted sign-up pages, which you'll find when you click the menu in Accounts and Settings. Right there is your hosted sign-up pages. When I click on my hosted sign-up pages, I can then create new sign-up plans. So when I go and hit create a new sign-up, it's going to open up my tabs, and then I'm going to be able to build a plan profile for a particular plan. So here I'm going to do one, and let's say I'm going to call this my gold plan. Now this may be a plan that I'm actually publishing on a website. It may be a plan I'm publishing on my mobile website where I've got a page. Let me give you a quick example. I've got a new landing page that I'm building right now. Here it is. You guys are looking at it. It talks about all the features of our application. It's got a great hero image here. It shows some of our clients. It's got a free trial enrollment, some things like this, because we drive a lot of traffic. It's got some of my new videos on it. But then down at the bottom, you can see here it's got my Tier 1, Tier 2 Gold plan and Tier 3 Platinum plan, and people can click and enroll in it right now. When they click on it, boom, it takes them to this great page where it's got your logo at the top. It's got whatever the program is, the monthly amount, and they can actually put in their credit card information right now, accept the terms and conditions and all of the our acceptable use policy, the terms of service that you put in, what are your terms of service, the amount that they're being charged on a monthly basis, and all that stuff, and they can sign up. When they sign up, they instantly get their account, they get an email that you can customize, and they have their username and password, and they can log in at your URL onto your application. All of their billing information goes into our platform so you can charge them in the future. How do you create it? That's what I'm showing you right now. So, but that's the synopsis of it, right? Let's say it doesn't even have to be, and there's so many uses for this, and I'm going to talk to you about a lot of them, but it doesn't even have to be a plan that I actually publish on a web page. You see, it could be somebody that I just am signing up, that I just went and met with, and I had 3 meetings with. And instead of writing them like a paper contract that they got to sign, it's a lot easier to get them to sign one of these digital contracts. Plus, their credit card information goes right into the platform for you to charge them in the future. So all you would do is go in here and create your customized plan, and then send them the URL of where to sign up. So whether I'm creating this for a web page to actually put a button on a web page, or I'm creating this for just to sign somebody up, this is how I would do it. So I name the plan. In this case, I'm just going to call it a gold plan. Then I would create, am I signing up a reseller or a client? In your guys' case, if you do not have the ability to sign up resellers, this option won't be here, obviously. Let's say this is a client that we're signing up on what we call our gold plan. This is where we would put in our terms of service URL. So if you've got your terms of service up on a web page off of your website, then you can just type in your URL right here for whatever it is, terms of service, whatever the URL that you put your terms of service up on. Okay. If you turn on email and text message marketing, then it puts little boxes in place for people to acknowledge that they are willing to accept by checking this box, you will opt in to receive email updates. By checking this box, you're opting in to receive text message notifications from our company. That's what those 2 check boxes mean if you turn those on or off. Your cancellation policy here. When your cancellation policy will be displayed directly underneath the sign up button. So anything that you want in here, you would just type in. You've got up to 1,000 characters. So you say, you can cancel at any time, before your renewal date, or whatever information that you'd put in here. If you leave it blank, then there's not one. You can do optional URL links, all of that kind of stuff. This is where, when you want them, when they're done and they've signed up, you might create a web page somewhere that says, thank you for enrollment. Now check your email, because an email will be coming to you with your username and password. So you create that web page somewhere. And then you put the URL right in here, AvidMobile.com/success, or whatever the URL is. Now, whenever they officially sign up, they're directed right to that page. So whenever they go to the sign up page, they put in all their information and their company information. They check the boxes and they hit sign up. Boom, they go to that URL that you put in, to that success URL. This is where your email will come from. So you can put in whatever email that you want there, and it will spoof it, and you can blind carbon copy yourself, so that if they sign up, you get an email that says, oh, hey, John just signed up. Okay? Here's your email that you get to customize. Your email, you can change your subject line that says, welcome to Grow Mobile's marketing platform, or whatever that you say here. And then here you can customize all of this. Thank you for your enrollment. You can say, we love you so much. Whatever you want to say in this box, you can say. You just don't want to change this stuff, because this is, where they log in, which is your URL, and this is the username and password that's automatically generated when they enroll. And so, boom, they've got their username and password. You don't even have to do anything. And then once I've created all this, I save it, and now I go in, and it opens up 2 more boxes for me over here. This is where I go in and set all of the plan permissions for this plan that I'm signing this person up for, the gold plan. So I'm going to go in here and say, do I want them to see API documentation on or off? Under accounts and settings, what do I want them to be able to see? Do I want them to be able to add a new user? Do I want them to have the GUI? No, so I'm going to check that off. That's where they could change the logo and stuff like that. Do I want them to have my account, my statements, my users? Yes, I do. A dashboard logout button. Which short code am I going to give them out of the ones that I've got available to me? Do I want to limit what they have on their program so they're not confused? I know for a fact all they're going to use is keyword coupons, and they're not going to use the social media stuff, and they're not going to do text to wins, they're not going to do trivia, and so I can take a lot of this stuff out so the platform is easier to use. Now they just got keywords, blast, and couponing. What quota do I want on this account when they sign up for it? What other features do I want them to have? Collateral creator, kiosk creator. I don't want them to have real estate. This is just a regular business or whatever. And then what tutorial videos? Well, they don't need real estate tutorials because they're not a real estate client, right? And then I save it. Now I've got my permissions all set for that plan. Then I go into my sign up plan pricing, flip the card over. Now I can set up all my costs. What's my one-time setup fee? $99. What's my base cost? In this case, it's $89. This vCards hard cap is for vCards, vCard platform that's coming out soon. It's not yet available for you. Mobile sites. Am I including any mobile sites? No. Am I including any vCards? Those are there, but you don't have vCards yet. So that's why you won't see those options as of now. You will see them soon. I just already have them. Included keywords. Am I including any keywords? If not, I'm not going to charge for them. I don't worry about it. MOs, MTs, included. In this case, I'm including 2,000 MTs, right? And I'm charging 0.019 for any overage of MTs that I put out there. Oh, whoops. That's Canada MTs. I didn't mean to do that. That's included. And additionals. There we go. And then, so I save it. So I've created my plan, my setup fee, my monthly fee, how many messages included, if they got any mobile websites included, what the overages for mobile websites are, etc., etc. The plan is officially completely created. Now all I do, everybody, the next step is so simple. I go over here and grab my URL. And here it is. And I copy it. And I could email this right now to somebody. And if they went to that URL, here it is. it would have your logo, and it would say the plan name and whatever I named it. And I could name this plan John's special plan that I just made up for him. I could name this, Burger Eaters plan, because it's a custom plan that I just created for burger eaters, right? Or it could be that I'm using on a website. In this case, you saw me, I created a gold plan. I created $89 a month. I included 2,000 messages. I said 0.019 per each additional message. And now if somebody signed up for this right now and accepted all the terms and conditions, and it says right there's my cancellation policy that I put on there, and they hit sign up, it would validate their credit card. If it was good and the transaction went through, it goes right into your account if you've got Authorize.net or PayPal Pro, and the money goes right into your account, and their account is automatically generated, and they get that email that you customized. Somebody wanted to control my screen. And maybe they wanted to sign up. Maybe I should have let them, right? So so that URL right there that we just created inside of the platform, I could also copy that URL, and then I could go to my web page builder where I build my where I build my plans, right? Whatever I use to be able to create my plans. And here's one of my pages that I create and that I can modify. With a lot of CMS systems, I could go in and create a button. And so I go over and create this button. And I could put on this button, I can name it, whatever I want to name it. I can say enroll now. And then I can put a link to my hosted sign up page. And then now anytime someone would come and click that enroll now button, it instantly takes them over to this page. But you want to see something really cool that you guys can start doing today, which is just freaking awesome. And I hope that each one of you are out there and that you and all of your salespeople have your own virtual business card app on your phone. I hope that all of you do. And that when you're out talking to somebody about business, that you click on that and it opens up your page. And I hope at the bottom it's got your little demo apps at the bottom. But when you type somebody's mobile number in, it sends them a text message, and it's got your company name, your phone number, your email address, and then it's got a link. And you tell them while you're standing there talking to them, go ahead and click that link. And when they click the link, I hope it takes them to a really awesome mobile website app that if you're a tier 2 or a tier 3, you get one that we've already pre-built if you want it, and you can change out the logo and stuff and put it in your account and link it in your virtual business card, and it looks like this. And it's got lots of pages already created on it with lots of services and good pictures and all this stuff on it. And then you change the information on the contact page. But you can also put your pricing plans on there. And you can put a buy now button on there. So literally while you're standing there talking to somebody and you're presenting this information, you say, hey, let me give you my card. And then you say, go ahead and click the link. And they click the link and they're on your mobile website with your logo and stuff. And then you've got them ready to sign up for a plan right there from their own phone, right in front of you. They can click on the pricing. They can go to the page that has the plan that they want to enroll for, and they can click the Buy Now button right on your mobile website that you can configure today. And they click the Buy Now button, and guess what? They can go through, and that page that is created is all responsive. It works great on a mobile device. That way you can sign people up right from their phone, or you can sign people up right from your own phone. You can go in, click the plan that you want to put them on, and then just hand them their phone and say, just type your information out there. And they type in their information. They accept the terms and conditions. On the responsive, it works on a tablet also. It's all responsive. Responsive means that it looks great on the mobile phone, right? Or if I click on it on my regular computer screen, it looks great on my computer, on my regular full-size screen. And it looks great on a tablet. So they can sign up right there from your phone, and as soon as they sign up right from your phone while you're standing there in front of them, you tell them, go ahead and check your email. And they check their email, and you say, you can click that link right there, and you can go ahead and sign up right now. I mean, you can go ahead and log in right now, and we can create your campaign, or we can start working on your mobile site. If you guys are currently not using a virtual business card app yourself to demonstrate this technology and to send your information right to somebody's phone, and then having them click the link and showing them, your videos, or showing them some of the stats, or showing them the technology, then you're not using the technology correctly. And now you can put the buy now button on there, and you can actually sign people up right from your phone. One of the things that our sales team is doing, we know, and I'm going to go into some strategy here in just a second for everybody, but one of the things that we know is it takes some work to be able to get somebody ready to sign up. But we also know that once we've got somebody right there ready to sign up, that if we give them, 24 hours while we go and write up an agreement, that a lot of times that next day our closing percentage just went down. We thought we call them 99% closes. We're right there in front of them. They're ready to go. They're excited about it. But I don't get them the agreement until 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon by email. Now that the chance of him actually signing that has gone down to about 65 to 70%. Well, if I've got it right now that I can sign him up right now from his phone and give him his account, I've got a higher likelihood of him closing right this second. And so I can actually go and configure even a custom plan right now, and that's what our salespeople do. And they then can right there during a screen share, I can give up control of my mouse and I can let somebody sign up right from my screen. Or I can hand them my phone and I can sign them up right from my phone. Or I can send the URL via text right from the platform right to their phone, and I can text them and tell them, hey, I sent you the link. All you got to do is click that link and fill it out, and boom, your account's done and ready to go. So the ability to be able to send the sign-up page right to people's phones, right to their, right in their email, or link it into a web page or your mobile website is an awesome, awesome tool that you guys need to start utilizing. And with PayPal Pro, you can now you can utilize it even if you don't have authorize.net. Now we're going to release some other gateways here pretty soon. I don't have an ETA or what gateways those are, but those should be coming up pretty soon. Hopefully at the bottom of your app, of your virtual business card app, you have the demo app linked in there, which it's real easy. Just create a button at the bottom of your page, link it to the demo apps, so that when you are standing there, or you or your sales team is out there and you're standing there talking to a business owner, and that business owner is whatever industry, you just go to the bottom of your virtual business card, click on whatever industry he is, and then have him type his mobile number in, and then send him an example redeemable coupon and an example mobile website right to his phone. That way, if you're getting this in their hands while you're talking to them, you're going to be more successful. Here is the snapshot of the overall sales model that we've currently been using and that we recommend people to use. And that is whether I'm doing a telephone sales call or I'm doing an in-person sales call, I'm going through a series of just a couple closes. The very first one is an introductory close. It's just to get the first person talking. And I call them closes. They're not really closes, but they're just questions, right? We know questions are the answers to sales. They've done study after study of the best salespeople versus the worst salespeople. And the people that close the most sales are proven time and time again. They ask more questions. That's it. Simple. It's not even the types of questions you ask. It's just that they ask more questions. At the very beginning of a call or an in-person call or whatever it is, when I'm standing there and I'm asking the business owner, I'm like, in general, can you tell me how your business is? Could you use more customers, or are you like in a situation where you're like really happy with the amount of business you have, or are there slow times where you could actually, get some more business? And that's, you can say that very early in a call. Now, somebody's not going to divulge their financials to you at this point, but they will give you a hint as to whether or not they are interested or not. We do that all the time at the very beginning of our calls. We're asking people, what is it that you're actually after? And, and find that out. That gives us the first step. And then the very next question is, we ask them, have you ever seen one of our mobile websites or apps? Have you ever seen our mobile, have you ever seen a mobile coupon? Have you ever had one right on your phone? See, that's a great starter question for anybody. Even in a very generic conversation that you just run into somebody at church or at a bar or, at the T-ball game, or all three in the same day perhaps. I don't really know what you do. But you're standing there talking to somebody, and you just go, "Hey, have you ever seen one of our one of our mobile coupons? Have you ever had a mobile coupon on your phone? Have you ever used the Groupon app and ever redeemed one of those? Let me send you one real quick. It's really cool. That's a starter. That's a conversation starter. I can do that on an elevator with somebody, and that's the first close into having a bigger conversation. Because all I do is click on my app, which is right on my virtual business card personally. I have them type their mobile number in. I send them the 2 examples. I have them click the link, and now they're looking at the redeemable coupon, and now I've got a conversation started. Then I go back and have them click the second link, and they're looking at a great app for their industry. And I'm talking to them about how I can get them a native app, and plus the text messaging service and all this stuff. And it gives them the ability right now to be able to actually view it, and it opens up the conversation. Now, I had somebody call me the other day, and that person asked me, he was on the phone with one of his salespeople, and he said, and he's been doing this about 3 or 4 months, and he goes, "Rob, can you tell me why you think that I'm not closing deals? I mean, I've got, we've had a lot of really good meetings. I've had a lot of people pretty excited about it, and I'm just not closing. I'm not closing the deals that I think I should be closing." And I said, I haven't been there and seen any of your presentations. All I know is generically what people do. And all I know is what I've seen from countless people that aren't closing the number of deals that they should be. And so let me tell you, let me explain, and then you tell me if you think this is anything like what you're doing. I said people come in and they start talking about, they can go into a presentation or a meeting, and they start doing a presentation. Like they're standing in front of 1,000 people, like I am right now. I'm in front of a whole bunch of people, and I'm showing a presentation. This is not how I do a meeting with business owners, by the way. I don't just go and start talking. I stop and ask them questions throughout and try to find out where their head is. That's part of it. But during that presentation that people make, they're showing a bunch of stats. They're showing the technology. And we think that we're fishing with dynamite because it's such freaking great technology that, and it's so cool. And we're using some of the math equations, and we're talking to them about, how they're going to grow their customer base and things like that. Maybe we're getting a couple yeses out of them. But when it's all said and done, why are they not closing? And I said, and so as I'm talking to this guy, I'm saying, what is it that they're actually investing in? I said, the only reason you're not closing business is because at the end, you're saying it cost this, because the guy goes, how much does it cost? That's what the business owner says. At the end, everybody asks that question. They might even ask it in the middle. Well, if you don't position this in the right light for that business owner, that it's not a cost, that it's an investment, then they are looking at it as a cost. You see, it's the most sophisticated businesses in the world. And this is exactly when somebody says, how much does this cost? This is what I come back and tell them. I say, it's funny that you asked me how much it costs, because it doesn't actually cost you anything. It actually makes you money. Okay? This is a profit center. You see, when you go and you're talking to your financial advisor, I'm giving you guys a quote here, by the way. I'm giving you a quote. You want to use this. When a business owner asks me how much does it cost, I say, when you go and talk to your financial advisor about the money that you're investing in, in whatever it is that you invest in, do you ask him how much does it cost? No. You say, how much do you think that we should put into it? That's what you ask. Because you see, this is an investment in the growth of your business. This is an investment in a better customer loyalty program that's going to produce 2 extra transactions a year from each of the 2,000 customers that we put into your database of each of the locations that you own. You see, you have 2 locations. And out of those 2 locations, we can put a database of 4,000 people in there. And by communicating with those people about whatever you've got going on over the course of a year, you're going to get them to come in and walk in your door and come in a couple extra times. And if I take 2,000 people times your 2 locations and get 2 extra transactions from them, that's 8,000 additional transactions. And over the course of a year, spending $25 at each of those times that they walk into your flower shop or your retail establishment or your restaurant or whatever it is, that's almost $250,000 of extra revenue. What is the investment to get that started? Well, the investment is not money. The investment is, well, it is money, but that's not the only investment that you're making. You're investing your money. You're going to invest a little bit of time to get this started. We're going to invest time in staff training because they got to execute with the tablets at the point of sale. You're going to be investing, and I wouldn't necessarily tell this them, but I'm telling you this. When a business owner makes an investment, he's making an investment of his credibility as well. You see, you have to prove to him that it's not just cool technology, and that's what everybody does. Isn't it cool? And you can send out coupons to people. That's not what it is. What it is an investment in new customer acquisition. It's an investment in additional transactions from your customer base. And it's an investment that you damn well better expect a return on that investment. But I can tell you right now, Mr. Business Owner, it's not an investment of just the money. You're going to have to put a little bit of time into it. We're going to have to get your staff to execute it. And then the rewards are close to $250,000 of increased numbers of transactions and increased revenue, which I know after I take your hard costs out of that, your food costs or whatever it is, that I'm putting about $70,000 in your pocket of additional revenue. So to come back full circle here, what is the investment to get this started? Your investment is going to start out merely at about $199 for me to set all this up for you. And then we'll start you out at a plan that's only $39 per month. And so you're talking about an initial investment of $240. And then in the following months, your investment will increase as your databases go up and the number of messages that you send go up, because there's a hard cost for every message sent. And so in a few months, your investment might be as much as $119 per month, or let me annualize that for you. We're talking about an investment of maybe as much as $1,400 a year. But would you take $1,400 a year and invest it in an account if I told you it was going to pull back $70,000 of business this year? Basically, would you exchange $1,400 for me to write you a check for $70,000? Would you do that? Okay, great. Right. Now let me throw some more fire onto that, because we're talking about that this is a growth strategy. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put text message engagements into your traditional media that you're currently doing, into your print ads, into your other radio spots, into these other things. And we're going to start bringing in more new customers. And if you start bringing in more new customers, that means that your overall customer base is going to grow. Let me ask you, John, do you know the lifetime value of your customer? Do you know that? When you get a new customer that comes in the door and then starts buying from you regularly, do you know how much that customer is worth to you on an annual basis? Do you know that? And if he says, well, I think, the conversation that you need to be in if you're going to close business, and the conversation that you and your sales team need to be in if you're going to close business, is the conversation about the lifetime value of new customers. Because if you're talking about that, then you understand business. And what I'm coming back around, why are you not closing enough accounts? Because you're not talking to business owners about the investment and the growth of their business. You're not talking to them about new customer acquisition. You're not talking to them about the lifetime value of their customers. And then when you present it in the light of an investment, then do you know that I don't care as a business owner, a real business owner, and the people that you're talking to are real business owners, that when you're talking to them about an investment, I don't care if I'm investing $100 or $1,000. Those two numbers are arbitrary if the investment is going to bring me a return on investment. What I'm telling you is if you start talking to people about investing in their business in the manner that I am and ask the questions that I just asked, and I recommend that you replay the last 5 minutes of what I've just said, and you start repeating that during your presentations. This program does not cost people money. If they execute it, it's an investment in the growth of their revenues. It's a new customer acquisition strategy. It's a way for them to build their business. And then, how much does it cost? Take them down a path of that it's an investment. Ask them, when your financial advisor is showing you how to get the biggest return on the money that you're investing, do you ask him how much it costs? This is not a cost. I don't even want you to think about it like that. It doesn't cost you anything to have a mobile website app. It's an investment in growing your revenues. It's an investment in those new customers that you told me that the lifetime value of a new customer was whatever he told you. You see, the investment you're going to put in today, if I bring in one new customer, it pays for itself. Do you think we're going to bring on one new customer? You see, that question is a closing question. Because when I ask somebody, do you think it's going to bring on one new customer? And if they say yes, I think it would, or maybe, or probably, then you go, let's do it. And then you can ask for an investment that's bigger than the way that you guys have been out there discounting and trying to give away free stuff and saying, hey man, what if I just took some more money off of it? That's crap. Don't take more money off of it. Talk to them about investing in the growth of their business and then put a higher dollar figure on it than what you've been out there selling it for today. When I call somebody on the phone and I'm trying to get an appointment with them, I don't immediately start talking to them about technology. I only reference technology as a tool to help them grow their business and bring in new customers and do the things that they want to do, and I got to make it sound powerful. But I talk to them about business. And if I can say one thing to you guys today, it's about talk to people about investment. Talk to people about investing in business growth and more customers and more transactions. And in some cases, philanthropic gains. Because many people are doing a lot of things where they care about the things that they're doing in the community, not just their business. And if you can talk about ways that this technology can build databases and then they can send messages to those databases, they can get more people to their philanthropic events and they'll help raise more money, then that's just another, talk to them about those things. That's what's going to help them close business. I hope you enjoyed the webinar today. I did record it. I want you guys to listen to that last 10 minutes or whatever later on. If you guys need any support or any help, you can always log in and go to your tickets and get some help. Good luck, everybody, and we hope to see you soon. I'll stay on and answer some questions, by the way, but I'm going to turn the recording off.